All right, we are back. It's the not return of the Mac, but well, I'm on a Macintosh, but do people even say Macintosh anymore? I don't think so. Anyways, it's the return of me on a Mac, I guess. I don't know if that sounds good or not, but anyways, yeah, so we're back. Just trying to build a ChatGPT app. So I was just gonna check something real quick. Yeah, cool. There we go. Just gotta close a few windows here. Boom. Cool. Let's close that. Don't need to save that. All right, where were we? Okay. I think we got most of the things cleared out here. Okay. All right, let's go to l'écran, as they say in Quebec. All right. We don't need this Who Am I project open, but check it out. It's pretty neat. I forgot to give it a star. Boom. Okay, so yeah, ChatGPT app. So, do I have my thing running right now? Gonna turn on my fan a bit here. Got sporting my Torque hoodie for anybody watching. It's super comfortable. It's my go-to hoodie I wear now. I still love my Remix hoodie, but for some reason it's become my gym hoodie because it's winter, obviously, at least in Eastern Canada or the States too. And I work out in the gym in my garage. So there is a heater, but it's not exactly like piping hot in there. So thank you, Remix, for keeping me warm. Okay, I'm just gonna check something else here. Just open up a new window so I can have that over on my other screen. All right, would help if I had the chat open. Cool. All right, so we'll take a peek at this in a second to XMCP from Basement Studio. Valentina over there, who I think this is their handle. Boom. Yeah, pretty sure that's yeah. She just DM'd me a second ago. She's like, "Oh, have you checked out XMCP?" I haven't checked it out yet. I've heard about it. I've like kind of like headline skimmed. But basically, if we look at what it is, it's TypeScript MCP framework. So let's just go ahead and share that. Right. Yeah, I haven't used this yet, and Valentina was saying that you can build ChatGPT apps with it too. So I don't know if they have like the UI part built in, like scaffolding and stuff. But for the time being, I've been using. I have a TypeScript template. Where is it? Here. Uh, Obviously not as popular. Okay, this better be entertaining. All right, no pressure. Thanks, thanks, Ari. Cool. So I can show you what I have at the moment. So this is if we go to pizza, nothing to do with open source where I used to work, although that's a lot of pizza over there too. But this is OpenAI. They have some Apps SDK examples. I'll drop this in the chat as well. And basically they have a pizza example and there's like Python node, and then what was the other version? Is there a Go version? I think it's just Python and a node. But that's not what I wanted. Where is it? Pizzazz. It's Pizza Z, I guess, but I don't know, it makes me want to just say pizzazz. So this is essentially an MCP server. Like, yeah, let's kind of rewind a bit here. So what the heck is a ChatGPT app? That's not what I wanted to go to. And this has to be entertaining because Henri told me it has to be. So OpenAI, they released this in, I think it was end of October, like yeah, pretty close to end of October. So there's the Apps SDK, and then basically this is kind of like guidelines to build a Chat GPT app. Now, what the heck is a ChatGPT app? I mean, app seems, I think people can understand that concept. But from a technical standpoint, it's a model context protocol remote MCP server. So you basically have an MCP which can, do textual stuff like returning, you ask something, it enhances context, or maybe it can do an action on your behalf. And what the Apps SDK does is it brings in the UI part as well if you want to. And this is actually based off of MCP UI. This comes from Liad and Ito. Liad's, I think, head of AI over at Shopify. And Ito, I'm trying to remember where he's at again. Let's just go check their profiles. It'll probably say where they work. Or actually, you know what? LinkedIn will probably give a better picture. So if we go to Ito, I could have sworn it was, yeah, it is Palo Alto Networks. So yeah, so Ito works over at Palo Alto Networks, and Liad, uh, how is it? Was it Liad? Yeah, Liad here. Yeah, he's okay. Sorry, senior principal engineer, not head of AI. But uh, yeah, he's principal software engineer over at Shopify. They teamed up and they built MCP UI. So, what the heck is MCP UI before we get to the Apps SDK? So, MCP UI basically, there's the standard, like the remote, sorry, there's the model context protocol standard, and then they've been working on standardizing user interface in MCP servers. And this started off as, I guess, a side project. Shopify uses MCP UI right now, as far as I know. I think I've seen some demos. And then the chat apps for ChatGPT came along, and I think it's like literally MCP UI, and everything's converging on. They're trying to standardize this protocol now, and it's in the MCP spec now. So like, if we look here, specification, UI, where the heck is it? Let's see here. Haven't used Google in forever. MCP UI, specification, MCP UI. Yeah, sure, but there's, okay, well, anyways, we can come here, but basically, I can't find the proposal or the working draft for it, but the uh, the MCP UI is going to become part of the standard in MCP for building user interfaces in agentic experiences. So that's kind of like the history there. So like, what is it? Hey, what's going on, Anthony? Good to see you, my man. So basically, it's just more interactive. So like, you can still have an MCP server that's just text, and that's fine. But like, you might want something a little more, because like, if we come to here, hey, what's up, Brandon? Long time no see, my man. Um, yeah, so like, in the context of a chat gpt app, uh I don't know if I really need to order pizza through chat gpt, but this is the example that openai provided. That's that link I sent a second ago here, this one, openai apps sdk examples. And that is not what I wanted to show. This one. Yeah. So you can basically get textual answers like you're used to with an MCP, but you can also get like UI as well. And even with that UI, you can interact with it. No, so just to be clear, like, I'm in ChatGPT right now, and this is an MCP server running off of my machine. It's going through a tunnel right now, so it's publicly accessible. But you can see here, all of a sudden, you've got this new experience in ChatGPT. It's a little more interactive, you know. And this could be everything from like the example people talk about all the time, like, oh, I want to book a flight, ChatGPT, here's my budget. Send me to Tijuana, make sure I don't die, and I get back on like Tuesday or something. And then so you can get all of a sudden flights showing up here, and their demo doesn't show this, but you can actually interact. So like, you could, whatever this UI is, like, All this UI really needs to be is an HTML page. So like whatever it serves, it doesn't matter. So like you can build it with React, Vue, plain HTML, CSS, JavaScript. If you want to go old school, throw a marquee in there or whatever. It really doesn't matter. It's just web tech, and it gets surfaced as an iframe. And I've been working on a document for this. I'm probably going to write a longer blog post about this, but um, you basically have the chat GPT interface here. And let me zoom this in a bit. And whoops, that's too big. So you got the chat GPT interface, and then you got like a conversation thread, user messages, system messages. And then when the UI comes in, if the tool call says I need to show some UI as well, it's gonna load a sandboxed iframe, and that's where you can load in your HTML, CSS, JS, whatever. And the interesting thing is you can load up this object on the window called OpenAI, and from there you can do stuff like making tool calls and stuff. So from within your UI, you can say like call tool call for, I don't know, like add pepperoni to my to my cart, and you can do that through the OpenAI object here. And under the hood, what it's really doing is for folks who've ever worked with like browser extensions or just inter window communication, it's been around forever, but there's a post message API. And so basically, when you say like call a tool call, it's basically using post message under the hood. And then that goes back to ChatGPT, so it'll say like, "Hey, I made this tool call," and then ChatGPT is gonna go, "Oh, the UI just said, add this to the cart. So let me make the tool call for that with whatever parameters or args I'm passing in." And it's going to go ahead and process that. And then, maybe you'll see some text that says, making your order, or sorry, adding to your cart. And then all of a sudden the UI shows up and you see like a one beside the shopping cart all of a sudden. So something like that. Um, yeah. And then, but I just kind of wanted to show you this I gotta this isn't injected by ChatGPT as far as I know. We have to load this. This might not be right here, but you can initialize it, and then here's like example of like calling the tool, get data. What a very descriptive tool call. And then pass an ID or whatever. And basically what's happening here is this is just the TypeScript interface, but this is just showing what's available. They have examples with React, I believe. You can literally build it with whatever, though. But you'll see here, I'm trying to find the iframe. Hold on a sec. Yeah, so this is basically, from what I can tell so far. So when I'll show you how the iframe gets put in, but essentially this is the iframe that gets rendered, and this would be like obviously in your browser if you're in ChatGPT. In terms of the like mobile apps, I'm assuming there's a web view and then this gets called. But essentially they're saying sandbox it, and you can allow some scripts, and like the CSP here is allow scripts and allow same or origin. And this is like where your resource would be loading from. So this is what I mean. It's literally just an HTML page. So it can literally be whatever you want. And then yeah, and this is kind of what it looks like. So, window.openai.call tool, and then it's really doing a post message, calls the tool, and then that's kind of it. It checks. I'm not sure if this is all right yet. This is like a document in progress. But that's kind of the flow. So, like, what does it look like though in the app? So, let's do this. All right, and zoom that in, and let's look for our UI. Okay, so here's the server, and so this is what the widgets that get passed to, like when you make a tool call, if it needs to also show a widget. This is kind of what it looks like, and it's like a resource. And so there's this not weird protocol. I mean, it seems pretty self-explanatory. UI colon slash slash. That's not a real protocol as far as I know. So it's just a convention for now. But basically, this is just saying, go get my widget pizza dash map.html. So like the pizza map, there's another place where this is going to be defined. So where the heck is it? There's somewhere in their demo app, you basically have a base URL. So like for me, this actually maps to like an assets folder over here. So if we come to assets and pizza dash map, watch it not be in here because I'm live demoing pizza dash app, pizza dash map, sorry. Da, da, da. Of course, it's not going to show up in there. Maybe that's not the right example. Let's look at pizza carousel. Maybe that other one literally does not exist. Pizza carousel. Okay, so you can see here, it's just, this is what it built. So it used this base URL. It's a local host one right now, but uh, essentially this is what the widget is. And then it's obviously got some JS and CSS, but essentially this is being built. I think this is just being built with TypeScript right now, but I was working on one with like Vite, so you can get, split the chunks so you get like a HTML page for kind of like, each widget you want to load. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even intentionally try to rock the pizza vibe, but it's happening. Who knows? Maybe OpenAI should have acquired open source. So essentially, there's this here, and then there's like I'm trying to figure out where it assets. Build server. Yeah. So okay. So we can come here. Okay, yeah. So this is what's happening. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's just go down here to like a tool call. And actually, you know what we can do? We can actually, do I have the debugger running over here? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. So let's do some live debugging. So this will be read widget. That's good. And then like, where's the tool call? I'll put a couple breakpoints in. Still getting my bearings a bit. I'm kind of behind on working on this demo because just nothing bad, just other things took priority. But okay, so there, yeah, let's look for the request handlers. So yeah, okay, I've got a breakpoint there. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's just start a new conversation here. And boom. And so, okay, I guess a few things to mention. If you're in ChatGPT and you obviously want to work on one of these, you got to go to settings. You have to, you can't use a free count for this. You have to have at least the base one, which is I think 20 bucks Canadian or 20 bucks US a month. I forget how much it is, but you come to apps and connectors. So everybody calls them MCPs, and then like even Anthropic, who like defined what this was, and they call them connectors too. But essentially, apps and connectors, a connector just is like an MCP server with just text, from what I can imagine here. And the apps are literally just if there's a UI component to it. So I have some here running already. Do I have the pizza one? Oh yeah, no, that's not what I wanted to show. I wanted to show the advanced settings. So if you want to work with MCPs, like custom ones, you have to go to advanced settings in apps and connectors, and you have to enable developer mode. And then from there, you can see the pizza example. So you're going to see here, there's metadata that it provides, and it's showing you, stuff it has, like these pizza albums, pizza carousel, et cetera, et cetera. And then okay, widget CSP is not set for this template. Okay, cool. Good old content security policy. Where's my tool calls though? Or maybe it's part of that. Oh yeah, I think that's, oh yeah, sorry. I think that's the tool call names too, I believe. Okay, anyways, let's get out of here. So the first thing you need to do is, it's not like you kind of have to specify the MCP server. So you come here, you go more. I'm gonna say my misspelled pizza examka. So I don't know, maybe it's Scandinavian. And I'm gonna say what kind of pizzas do you have? Okay, now this should kick into the debugger. Um, okay, it's hand tossing a list. All right, great. Okay. Sort of fresh list. Okay. Now it's not rendering the UI, and I've seen this happen already a bunch of times. It can't load the assets, and I think this, maybe I'm not running one of the servers. Let me go see. Okay, so this is my main MCP server, so that's running on localhost 8000. That's exposed through a tunnel right now, but you can see here, this is a server sent events MCP server, so it's like older. I don't really know why they made a chat GPT app example for their apps SDK, which is brand new with SSE instead of an HTTP streamable MCP server, but whatever. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna just restart the dev server. Okay, that should be running port 4444. That's a lot of fours. Let's just try it again. And let's go edit message. Come on, give me some UI. You know you want to. Okay, there, it did. Why did it not hit my breakpoint? But anyways, let's close this. So, okay, there we go. That looks like bocconcini with a little basil and margarita sauce, I think. Little meat lovers over on the right. Okay, so why did this one not load? Or maybe I'm not got the right breakpoint. Let's see here, pizza topping. Let's close this for a second. There's another set request handler. That's one of them. List tools, request. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, here. Oh, that's right. That's why. I was debugging before to see if it gave an error. So let's do this now. Try one more time. It's my classic way to just get it to redo it. Just change it up. Okay. So what kind of pizzas do you have? All right. Henri's saying, I'm on a different platform, but what up, Brandon? Let's get up soon. Cool. Yeah. All right. Okay. So just to explain what's going on here, I'm in ChatGPT. Tool call's been made. This is running my local server that's being tunneled. I set a breakpoint so we can see what's happening here now. So let's take a peek here. And what is it? Request. Yes. UA2 request. Okay. So we can see, okay, it's a tool call. We can see the params threw in pepperoni for some reason, but you can see here, here's some of the metadata. Okay, it knows where I'm coming from. Yes, I'm in Montreal, and clearly it doesn't know how to handle accents, but that's no biggie. Okay, so let's step through here. So I got the widget by ID. So like the widgets are, it's basically a map up there, and you can see here like pizza map, and then there's a value, and it's got all the info, including the template URI. So we've got a widget, and let's get the args. So it's pepperoni. So if we look at this, pizza topping pepperoni, and this is typically you return this info. This is what you uh, this is like the response you usually get back with an MCP server, so it just returns the text. But there's also some structured content, the pizza topping, and then there's the metadata, and this is where the widget comes into play. So if we go to that, let's just step through again, and okay, so it's doing a tool call invocation, and You're gonna see here, is it getting a different one? Oh, it's getting the list, I guess. But anyways, you can see here it's coming in and then it's gonna render that UI. The UI is not running in dev mode, I don't think. So I don't think I could put that would be interesting to see actually. Uh where's the Pizzat carousel? Yeah, I wonder if I could place card. Could see if I could put a breakpoint in here, but I don't think it's gonna pick it up. That's a different server. That's not running with the debug server. But anyways, let's just let this play. Boom. It probably timed out because I was taking so long debugging, but you can see it's pulling in that UI widget. And we could even do something like, let's get a little crazy here. I'm just going to make up a file. So let's do new file, nick.html. And let's add that in. And then let's just do marquee. No, what are you doing? Okay, there. Let's do marquee. Uh, let's see here. Analog JS is the bomb. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that as, did that save? Looks like it. Yeah, okay. And I'm just gonna switch things up here. So pizza carousel, I don't know, let's just say Nick. That should restart this dev server. Let's see what it does. Should pick up my new thing. Where was I? Veggie option, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's try this again. What kind of pizzas do you have? Send it. And I'll just remove my breakpoints or disable them all. Okay, that's not the carousel. Call the pizza carousel. I'm just calling it explicitly, but I'm guessing it's cached maybe. You know what? I'm just gonna do this actually. Template URI. Let's just change them all. Show pizza albums. Sure. Maybe it's this one, pizza list. Did it restart? I can't tell. Hold on a sec. I don't think it restarted. So let's do that again. Okay. Yeah, we got our assets dir. Boom. Boom. Okay, let's undo that. No, I'm not 5.5. F5. Okay. Let's just detach that for now. Okay. Let's get out of here and let's just come back up again and let's edit. And let's see if it gives me the marquee now. I feel like something might be cached. Yeah, why is it still giving me that? Okay. Oh, it's going all out here. It's like stuck in a pizza loop. Hey, Roxy, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out which one is the right one here. Let's do read widget HTML direct path, blah, blah, blah. Widget description, metadata. Where's the get widget? Where to get widget? Resource, widget description. Yeah, go to definition. Yeah, here. Okay, I'm just gonna hard code it. Everything's gonna return back my marquee. So let's do UI, widget. Oh, wait, what is it? Nick. There we go. There we go. And let's try that again. So basically everything should render with that. Let's disconnect. I'm not completely set up in a good development flow here at the moment. So let's just see this. Unless something's cached somewhere, this should be returning the marquee. Son of a. All right. Hey, how's it going, SC? Good to see ya. It's like a lot of the old crews coming up. Okay, let's see here. I'm still confused why it's not. I think there is a cache, but let's double check here. Pizza widget. Already, yeah. Why is that doing that? UI widget nick.html. Yeah, that's there. Nick.html. That's good. Okay, let's see where else. Hey, Marino, good to see you, my man. Everybody's coming out. Read widget HTML. You know what? I'm just gonna do this instead. Just gonna say marquee, not mark here. I just basically want to see different markup to show you that. Okay, there we go. I remembered my analog JS is the bomb. All right, cool. Cool, let's do that again. All right. Now, if this doesn't render, that means something's definitely cached. So, oh, and you know what? It's not using the, I lost my MCP server too. Okay, what the, all right, let's do fresh. Okay. Okay, there. What pizzas? Let's see here. I want a pepperoni pizza. Okay, it's not rendering. This, I keep seeing this happening occasionally. The dev server is running though, but it's going to tell me that it couldn't render it. Let's edit this again. Okay. It's not kicking in for some reason. What pizzas do you have? And why does the MCP server keep disappearing down below? I don't know if that's a UI glitch. Okay. Yeah, there's a UI glitch. It's removing it and then. Okay, so yeah, I'm having this issue again. It's given a 404 on those things, and it is still trying to load the other thing. So something is definitely oh, it's got a breakpoint. That's why. That's my bad. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, something's off. It's I don't know if this is like the ChatGPT apps in general because they're still fairly new, but it seems flaky, at least with the demo app of theirs. I'm not, maybe it's fine with others. I don't know, but gonna have a lot of pizza questions in my ChatGPT. But let's do it here. Okay, let's enable it again. And I'm gonna literally just delete the assets. They get rebuilt, so not too stressed out about that. If we nuke them, there we go. Okay, so there's literally only nick.html. And let's see here. Okay. That looks good. I don't know why the server doesn't. The server's not restarting because I don't have it in watch mode, I guess. But anyways, let's restart it. Oh, interesting. Failed. Okay. Okay, cool. Didn't find pizzazz. It's got a lack of pizzazz. Build all. PM start. Where the heck is that pizza widget? Oh, man. This is not the actual one I'm trying to build, but I'm just trying to understand some things. Star.ts, pizza widgets. There we go. Widget, widget. Ah, it's pizza shop. I don't know. Pizzazz shop, render widget HTML. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. These should be render widget HTML. Okay, got it. Go to definition, component name, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're just going to hard code it to Nick for all of them. That's how we roll. East side. All right. I'm doing good, Essie. It's been a busy year. I've been traveling a lot for work. Think counting as of today, I think I gave like 15 or 16 talks this year. So yeah, been pretty busy, but yeah, it's been a fun year. It's been a good year. Just lots going on. What about you, Essie? How you been? Okay, let's see here. That's all running now. Let's try this again. Okay, we're good now. Everything should literally be rendering my like fake widget, not fake widget, but the widget I replaced. So let's try this. What pizzas do you have? And let's close this. Let's zoom this in a bit. We can move this over a bit. Let's clear that and let's go. Boom. Okay. Still complete. Yeah. Okay. Name. Yeah. It's going to do that. Let's just remove that and let's press play. Move that breakpoint. All right. Okay. What you doing? It's still, I don't know why it's trying to still render pizza list. And it does, it's giving a 404 because it literally does not exist. But um, pizzazz dash list. You know what? I'm just going to do this instead. Let's copy this. I don't know why it's taking this, but is that what it was? Pizzazz dash list. The whole point here I'm trying to show is like you can render other stuff aside from the pizza. I'm not set up in my development workflow yet. This was just like exploratory. So let's restart the server one more time. My own server, like I have a hot reloading going on and stuff, but I was having trouble getting my server working the other day. So I just wanted to come back to the example one. Okay, this should literally render the marquee now. It should, if it doesn't, I just don't know what to say. Okay, looking at tools. Still loading that pizza list. Where are you coming from? Pizza list dash. All right. Let's see here. Do you have pepperoni? I think there's like I think it said there's an LRU cache in here somewhere. Uh, least recently used cache. Okay, yeah, it's still, yeah, there's something going on here. You know what? Should I do a clean? Just trying to see where else this might be caching. Pizza list, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, where the heck would it be? Anyways, okay, you know what? Let's do this. Hey, Alex, how you doing, man? Good to see you. No, this isn't advent of AI. I'm looking at a ChatGPT app right now. Yeah, yeah, pretty active with GitHub. Yeah, uh, Yeah, exactly. Hanging in for the holidays. Yeah, I don't know about everybody else, but like this time of year is when my body goes like it's time for vacation, like Christmas vacation. It's like the just the end of the year. I can feel my body saying like it's time. Okay, I'm really confused why this isn't doing this, but um, let's do the pizza list one. And you know what? Let's just throw in a marquee. You know what? I'm gonna just nuke the whole thing, and we'll do here return. Might as well just modify the React marquee. Let's see if it remembers. Oh, still remembers. Analog JS is the bomb. Cool. All right, so let's do that. And let's undo what I did in server.ts. And I'm going to stop the server for a second. And let's come back here. Let's do dev. I think it's build. What the heck is the script they have? Dev all, build all. Okay. So this should generate my marquee. Yeah, definitely brain drain. Okay, looks like it did that. And now if we go to the assets, my pizza list should be, okay, it's the JS, but should have in here marquee somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So also for people who have never seen raw React, this is there's the JSX. So this is the marquee is the element that you want to render, like the component, in this case, marquee. And then the children, it's just this. So it's just like node text. And then, anyways, that's just nothing to do with AI, just React. But okay, so that's all there. Let's start up the dev server again. And let me start up that server. Okay. So this should technically pull in my marquee. If it doesn't, I'm gonna cry. All right, I give up. Let's maybe make a new one. I don't know. Let's add a new widget. And like, how is it calling these tools again? Let's close the others. Don't save. Cool. Don't save. Yes. All right. We want to get to the actual server calls. Let's go back down here. Resource templates, that's for the widgets. Okay, create pizza server. And the other thing I'll say is, so when you're creating the server, uh, an MCP server, it should be serving tools. But when you're going to do UI, and it could be other things too, you also need to say that you have resources that you're exposing. And by saying resources here, if we come over to the settings for a second, those resources, when it exposes that, that's where this metadata is coming from. And you can also see if you go here, just in the browser, this is what you get. So this is a server sent events MCP server. This is technically deprecated now, so I still don't understand why they built their demo app with a SSE, server sent events one, but that's, again, whatever. Okay, I'm really confused why it's not rendering that. So let's see here. Um, Actually, which one did it? Let me double check which one it's calling. So we've got the debugger again. So let's do, where is it? Request. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here, set request handler. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. So how did it figure that out again? Anyways, let's try this again. Show me all your pizzas. It's still not loading UI again. This is something that I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is buggy in ChatGPT. Like, okay, so that's the content. Set request handler. Set. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't have a breakpoint here. Okay. So let's do this. I'm just going to start at the beginning again. What pizzas do you have? That should stop here. Debugger's on. Yes. Okay. Now, also, like, I don't know if people use the debugger a lot, but I definitely, do logs. But like when I'm still kind of trying to figure something out or new to it, I tend to go towards the debugger just to see what's going on. But so here we're gonna get the args, and it's gonna say pepperoni again, probably pizza topping, and then you're gonna see here. Okay, it's saying render the pizza list, and then it's gonna say render the widget. So okay. So it's got the generated HTML here. So let's just go into the widget invocation and let's let this run to here. Let's just look at the widget real quick. We can look at it actually down here is better. And let's do widget. And let's close the side for a sec. Hey, how's it going, Charles? Good to see you. Okay, so it's still loading this pizza list. I don't know why. So this explains why. Is something's cached. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go old school and I'm just gonna add in a yeah, let's copy this. Let's see here. HTML. I'm gonna create poorly formed HTML, but I'm gonna say plus equals marquee. Oh wait, that's on the widget. Sorry, widget.html marquee. Gonna say what up, peeps. So this is gonna be outside of the HTML tag in the HTML, but it shouldn't matter because HTML is pretty forgiving. So let's run that. Okay, and of course I timed out or something. Okay, so let's do this then. Where's that HTML? Oh, it's still running. Son of a. Okay. Yeah, I killed it. Okay, let's come back to widget. Da, da, da. Widget, descriptor. Okay, it's here. Widget title, description, template URI. Let me zoom this down for a second. Sir Marquis, how dare you besmirch the name of Blink? Yeah, we could do font face Comic Sans MS as well if people want to. Let's look for HTML. Okay, there it is. Whoops, sorry. Just gonna do it straight here. I don't know why this didn't do this before, but let's do marquee. Okay, we're going back to analog JS is the bomb. Hope people are okay with that. If Brendan's in the chat still, I'm sure he's probably okay with that. Okay, let's restart this. And I'm gonna make sure it comes here. So there. All right. Let's try this again. Come on. You can do it, buddy. Should hit the breakpoint at some point. Okay, yeah, it did. So there we go. Different place, but okay. Okay, there. We don't need that. Come on. Why is it not rendering? I'm convinced there's something glitchy with the ChatGPT apps, but anyways, that's the beauty of live coding. You get to witness me struggle. Not that stressed though. It's fun. Just trying to figure this out. Okay, what pizzas do you have? And send it in a second. Okay, that is running. Read widget HTML. You know what? Let's go here. Yes, read. Ends with blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to return it everywhere. And you know what? I'll put it in HTML, but it shouldn't matter because an HTML page will still render. Even in an iframe, this stuff has worked forever. But we'll make it more structured, I guess. Okay, now let's try this again. And let's there and send it. And the UI is glitching again because my pizza MCP down below is not showing up now. All right, so let's let that run. Why is it not picking up this stuff? I think, yeah, I think it caches at the beginning. So still not finding that stuff here. Let me just double check in the example if there's a cache. I think there is, or there's like the asset stir. Okay, yeah. Return, fallback. Okay, wait. If direct path, otherwise, yeah, let's just do it here. With the, okay, so someone said owns an LG washer. Okay, would that be ChatGPT caching it or the front end caching it? This is, I think this is my server, which is the MCP server caching it. I remember reading in their docs, there's like a LRU cache, like a least recently used cache. Yeah, no, the front end. I mean, uh, there could be caching issues, maybe, but maybe I think I don't. It's not the issue because I'm positive there's somewhere in here. I'm just gonna like so when it starts up, assets dir name roots. Let me look for actually. Let me just look for cache or LRU. Oh, whoops. Let's get rid of this. Yeah. Okay. There's the LRU cache. Okay, that's only in Python. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, note the Python server caches widget HTML with the LRU cache. Okay, just the Python one. So nothing to do with mine. Okay. But I wasn't crazy. I did see that. Okay. Yeah, there's so this in this apps SDK here, they have like a Python example and they also have a Node example. If we come to the main thing here, and then there's a kitchen sink server. And what's in the kitchen sink? Plus structured content for the initial render. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that for now. But all right, let's see here. Yeah, this is really bugging me. And the other thing is, I guess there is no text responses from what I can tell. Well, it says there's text. Oh yeah. Okay, HTML contents. All right, function read widget HTML. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Okay, let's just start it from the beginning. We're not even working on mine yet, and but I just want to see this running. Okay, all right, there we go. Bugging you. Cool. All right, so we have our assets dir. That's what this is over here. and that's what's there. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to exist. It's going to get direct path. Yes. Okay. So pizzazz.html. So, okay. So let's get the contents and then it's probably going to cache it, right? You see, this is where I'm confused. So, boom, if it exists, read it. There's the contents, and that's expected. But then I'm saying return it with my, like, I'm overriding it. Obviously, don't do this in prod unless you really like analog JS. Um, okay, and then so it's read that. So basically, this whole widgets lookup, they're all gonna have the same thing. So if I go to widgets dot for each template URI, and then that's good. And then where else is it called? Yeah, widgets metadata, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Okay, so they're all there. And then resources where you used. Yeah, that just metadata. Okay, list resources. Okay, and then there's a set request. Yeah, so get by URI. See, this should be marquee here now. So let's just let it run. Let's see what the kid can do. So it's going to go through all of them. Just going to ignore all that. And then it's going to return here, obviously. Yeah, it's just going to keep doing that. So let's just remove these breakpoints. Okay. So it's loaded properly. Like it's supposed to have that HTML now. So I'm gonna delete the conversation just so I don't have a million conversations. Delete. I got a few pizza. Delete. Delete. All right, let's do new chat. And we're gonna go and add the pizza example because I don't know how to spell. Okay, and I'm gonna say, what pizzas do you have? Like you've never seen me type this before. Okay, now this should hit the request handler. Now it's still it's still 404ing on some assets for some reason, but it should, like, why is it not hitting that? I don't even know where these are coming from. Okay, so let's maybe look a bit deeper in here. Status 404 conversation not found. Okay, that was from when I deleted the app. Here, let's do this again. What pizzas do you have? Send, and okay, let's just see what's going on here. Did I not put a breakpoint? Did I remove async? Boom. Should be hitting that. Set request handler, return contents. So why does it not do that? Okay, so why is it 404ing here? So localhost, if I go to this, pizzazz list, what is it? 2D, 2B. Pizzazz list 2B, 2D. It's there. Don't tell me I'm not running the other server or something. But regardless of that, like it shouldn't even be picking these things up. Let's go back here. Assets, pizza, album, CSS to that. Okay, yeah, hashing outputs, sure. It's probably just doing a content hash, so these are always going to be the same file names, but, or actually it's the same hash after, so maybe it's something else, or it's not a content hash then. But so if we go to here, okay, it should be there. Pizza list, yeah, that's there. What is the one? Pizza list, JS, yeah. Pizza list J. Oh, interesting. Pizza list JS is not there. There's the map file. Why is that? Regardless of all of this, like it shouldn't. I don't know. You know what? Let's redo this. I just basically I know you can render something else. I just wanted to see this working, but it's like it doesn't seem to be consistent though. Like, why is it not even hitting here? So like, let's stop the server. Whoops. Build all. Okay. And let's dev all, but let's come back here. Maybe that thing was only, let's see here. What have I changed? Pizza server, yeah. That index pizza list. Yeah, why? I still don't understand why it's not even hitting this, but let's put a breakpoint again. Well, no, we saw this load up after. That is not what I was looking for. It's like, why is it not hitting when it makes the tool calls? So like here, incoming request, URL, server response, options, if get, handle SSE. Okay, so we can even put one here, sure. And let's start it up again. So just to be clear, I haven't built my thing. I have like pieces of it, but okay, let's come back here and then let's just do pizza. Let's make sure our server is running fine. Let's go to settings and let's go to the example. And I'm just going to refresh the metadata. Okay, so here it's going to get the metadata. So you can see here, get the messages, I guess, and like handle post message, incoming, blah, blah, blah. It's going to check for a session ID. All right, let's just let it run. Boom. Okay, post path. Okay, it's got a session now. And then handle post message. Okay, this is just getting metadata. So, all right, I'm just going to disconnect this. That it's clearly hitting the server. Okay, set request handler. Okay, params URI. Okay, so it's saying go get the pizza map .html. And then this should, like, this is my marquee here. So, like, why not? Template URL. It should be fine. I'm gonna let that go. All right. So that got that. And you know what? Let's maybe go look in MCP Jam actually. So this is a MCP inspector, but it's also, you can test some stuff. So let me get my server URL. Okay. And let's go add server. It's going to be standard, sorry, HTTP. And we'll just call it pizza yo. No custom headers, no authentication. Let's add it. And you can see here, it's going to load the tools, pizza map. And okay, so we can say execute. And then it's running it. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it should be my whatchamacallit, my marquee. So enter a pizza topping. Let's go pepperoni and execute. Oh, there we go. So we got my analog JS down here. It's working. I think something's caching in ChatGPT. So, you know, this is a place you can also test it. I'll drop this. This is MCP Jam. Definitely check this out. Okay, you know what? I might just be better off in here. So like, I don't know. I was trying to test it in the real thing, but okay, let's close a few things here. Let's move this over for a sec. Got that beautiful marquee going, and I'm gonna let's just gonna undo everything here. Yeah. Okay. And server is still running, and we've got the dev server running, so this should work with the hot reloading, but I gotta shrink it down a bit here. Okay, so this is pizza map. So let's just do pizza dash map. Really? You're not finding that? ID pizza map, pizza map.html. Oh yeah, it's like the one tool that doesn't appear to exist, I think. So let's go to another tool. Let's do pizza carousel. Okay, execute. SSE connection not established. I think I might have toasted the server. Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, I don't know. I still feel like I haven't really seen, aside from like the pizza demo app that I ran, because I tried it the other day too, and it was like clunky. Sometimes it was working, sometimes it wasn't. So I kind of wonder if maybe it's just not ready for prime time yet. Can I say that? Okay. All right, there we go. It's running. Let's execute. Error posting 404 unknown session. Okay, I got to get a new session because it restarted. So there's a notion of sessions in MCP. So like we can look that up too. MCP sessions. Where's the actual docs on it? Session. There we go. Session management. Yeah, session ID. So I'll just drop that in the chat too. Okay. So in retrospect, I probably should have just gone into MCP Jam. It's just a better dev experience for testing it. And then we could try maybe the final thing after. But the thing I'm actually building, so like if we come to, where is it? Let's go into Goose here. Or actually I can load, yeah. Is it here where my thing is? Did I have it? Okay. I don't have my car one running locally. Let's go to, hold on a sec. Something's not working for it. I have my dev 2 one. Does that work right now? Let's see here. Oh yeah, it should work. Let's do it in MCP Jam. So, and in fact, it's over here. So let's refresh. Okay. So what this is the MCP, sorry, the ChatGPT app I'm trying to make is based off of Pimp My Ride. So I made this Pimp My Ride MCP server. I'll drop a link to that. Now I probably can't really call it Pimp My Ride MCP. I should probably rename that because Exhibit's gonna come after me. That's my joke I say, which is terrible, a joke. But anyways, this picture I'm allowed to use because it's Wikimedia Commons. But the idea is there's things you can do like basically pimp your ride, right? So that's what my idea was. So like right now I have it working, like all the tech stuff works. So like I can say get current build, and it's going to show me my active car here. And let's see what's okay. It's kind of hard to see. I haven't really used this viewer yet. So does it expand it? I would have thought it would have, but anyways, so we can say like, I don't know, save build, load build, get build details. Let's execute. Okay, it doesn't have the build ID, so oh, there we go. So you can see here, let me zoom this in, bit of color contrast issues, but you can see I'm not a car guy as well. Yeah, even bad jokes are entertaining for sure. So you can see here, I've said, like I want, off-road wheels, body kit is stock. I don't know. I just Googled a few things and I just use those as pieces to build the thing. Um, okay, so that's, I'm not sure. I don't think I can really ask natural language in here, but let's see here. Okay, I'll say update build maybe. Or I could say get personal info, sure. Persona, cool, calm, and collected. Okay, interesting. Okay, so it gives does it give me the options to change it? Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's able to load my options. Oh yeah, because I give this, the reason why I can see all this is because it's part of my schema. So I can say speed, road rage, sure. Why not? Okay. Aggressive and unpredictable, high risk rewards. Sure. Okay. So like the idea is like if I bring it into Claude code because it's working in there, I think, but let me just load this up for a second. Wrong screen. Where is it going? Okay. Just let me load it up here. Hold on a sec. New chat. Boom. It's my car MCP. I gotta load it up. Settings. I'm basically doing the same thing like I showed you in ChatGPT, except I'm doing it in whatchamacallit, Claude. Okay, let me load my car. There, pimp my ride. It's there. Okay, cool. I gotta log in. Yes. Okay. Once I'm logged in. Okay. And do I have the option to choose it? Yes, of course, it's not letting me choose it. Hold on a sec here. Connectors, pimp my ride, configure. Okay, why is it not working? Hmm. Okay. You know what? I'll load it up locally with Goose. Où est le Goose? Okay. So Goose is, I don't know if people have ever seen Goose, but Goose is an AI agent, open source, MCP client. They got some cool stuff here. I'll drop a link to it if you've never heard of it. It's one of the tools in my tool belt. All right, let's paste that in there. Check that out. Okay, so I got Goose here on the loose. Now they have extensions. This is the same thing as connectors. It's all MCP servers. Let me open up another VS Code. And let's open up Pimp My Ride MCP. And cool, we're there. PWD. Yeah, okay, right. NR dev. That's just npm run dev. Okay, what is it? Port 3000, right? I think so. Yeah. Okay, so if we go to just double check localhost 3000. Okay, so there's my pimp my ride MCP, so that's all good to go. So let's just load it up in Goose. So it's a custom extension. It's streamable HTTP. We'll call it Pimp Mon Char. That's French for car or Quebec car. And endpoint and nothing else to set. Gonna add the extension. You're gonna see it added it and it's available. Where did it go? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's go into a chat. Now, I'm gonna use a local model because I just don't need to burn anything. So I've got just using Quen 2.5 here. And let's just say, what kind of wheels can I put on my car? Now, this should be running a SQLite database in the background. It should call my tool call for the MCP for Pimp My Ride or Pimp Moshar, like I said. Okay, why is it not search available extensions? Okay. Oh, I should probably actually this is probably important. I didn't put a description, but we should explain what it's for. And this might be one reason why it doesn't get picked up. Uh, Tools for customizing a car. Save changes. Because then when it goes to discover the MCP servers, it should be able to do it, I think. Let's try new again. All right, Pimp Moshar did load up. So, hey kids, are back from piano. Gonna say hi to them. Have a great stream. Cool. Yeah, take care, man. Thanks for popping by. Okay, so let's see here. What tools do I have to customize my car? Now, the Quen 2.5 local model supports tool calling, so it should be able to use this. Well, the MCP server gets used by Goose, which is the MCP client, but why is this not picking up my thing? Da, 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 da. Well, that's just searching. I just got to check Slack real quick. Okay, why is it not fun? Maybe I should name it better. I don't think that should matter, but I gotta switch models maybe just to see, but it should be supported fine. All right, let's just stop this. Let's do new. Let's do change model. Now, one of the cool things about Goose is it's multi-provider in terms of models. So, like, you can load Anthropic or uh, OpenAI. You can load local models, and I know it's not the only one to do this. Like, I think VS Code does allow loading local models now. I'm not positive about that, but OpenCode supports this too. But the difference is open code. I'm not going to say just a 2E. It's a really good product, um, but not only can you switch models here from different providers, the Goose CLI allows you to do automations, and you can use stuff in your CI/CD pipeline. So I haven't seen any other tool that allows you to do stuff from the CLI with multi provider models. Anyways, so let's just switch to, I'm going to use my Claude Code subscription instead. That's the other thing too. It's nice, bring your own subscriptions for a bunch of them, but you can also use like Open Router. So let's just go with Sonnet for now. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure the extension is loaded. It's there, and it's definitely running, right? Uh, what did I just do? Oh, whoops, I somehow disabled it. Let's bring it back. Uh, Wrong one. If I knew how to click on the right things. Let me just make sure this is running still. Still running, so that should be fine. Okay, yes, there. Back to the chat. Make me a random car build. This should be able to pick it up. I'm just wondering if that Quen model, it says it's sports tool calling, so no, it's not finding my MCP server for some reason. I wonder if I'll explicitly say use the pimp mon char MCP tools to build a custom car. I'll zoom that in. Now, I'm explicitly saying it, so it should pick up the tool, but we'll see. Okay, it's saying it doesn't exist. Okay, tools for customizing a car, yes. Let me remove this one for now. That could have been conflicting. Let's remove this for now. Okay, it's definitely there. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a better name. Car MCP tools for customizing a car in the spirit of the MTV show Pimp My Ride. Okay, that's all good. Save car MCP. Okay, we're good. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna do a new one here. Let's just close that. Let's do a new. Okay, car MCP is loaded. So make me a custom car build. Surprise me and save the car build. Could be just a day of not everything working, but that's okay. Yeah, it's the holiday gremlins. Well, it works in the MCP jam. I could load it up in Claude if I'm not sure why this isn't picking it up, but let's see what Goose is saying. While that's going on, just gonna load up the Discord. Classic Discord. Let me update 20 million things before you can even look at it. All right. Where is Discord? I think it's still loading. Like, I just don't understand the logistics behind Discord having to always like update all the time, or like why does it why can't you be given the option? There must be a technical reason, but I don't understand it, whatever it is. Okay, boom. Why was I coming in Discord anyways? I forget. What's this? Okay. All right. Where did I go? Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? This port 3000. Let's just forward a port for now. Okay, let's copy this. Or actually, was it able to? No, it's not finding my MCP for some reason. I'll have to ask the Goose team. Maybe I'm holding it wrong. Okay, let's just go back to the Chat GPT. And let's actually don't need this open, just need settings, apps and connectors. Do I have the car one here yet? Car MCP. Let's delete this one. Do I have a different one? Dev car. No, let's delete that one too. And I'm gonna load my local one that I'm running right now. So, geez, got another one. Can you tell I've been testing things? They all do the same thing. It's just I was testing them in different contexts. So, all right, let's add a new one. Let's create an app. Call it Car Tools and MCP server / MCP. No OAuth right now. I understand because I like to live dangerously. Why is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. I gotta make it public. Port visibility public. Let's try that again. Create. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so now if we come to the car tools, we can see, okay, it's loaded, it's got all this stuff here. So let's close that and this is the actual app I'm building. So get me the latest car build, or get me my last car build. I might not have one, but so it's calling the tool. Okay, so this is what I have. So this is the idea. So like right now, this is all just textual, but like the idea is to make it a ChatGPT app with obviously like UI. So instead of just saying here's the list of things, like anytime they update their car, I show the car updated, and it's gonna be React app. So it'd be like I'd probably drive it based on like if I say change the stock tires, I'm gonna load up the new wheels, and then it's just gonna be a different component. And so like things are just gonna I'm probably just gonna keep it simple. Like the car body will always just like be centered, and then like the wheels, depending on what kind of wheels they are, I guess it'd be trial and error, but just say like the position is always here, and position it absolutely. But that's the idea. So now I could say like, so for example, right now I have stock wheels. I guess that's like stock car. I don't really know what's special about stock car wheels, but so I can say like, what kind of wheels can I put on my car? And this is gonna do a tool call, and this is gonna list the types of wheels you can put on the car. And so this is running off of my local. Okay, so yeah, here's what I got here. So let's see here. I'm gonna say put neon wheels on my car and save the build. So it should call update car build, and then it should call save car build after that, I believe. Okay. So this is, like, you gotta, I trust this thing because it's like, obviously I'm building it, but I'm going to say update or deny. Like, I'm just going to say update. I allowed it. There should be a checkbox that says like always allow, because it gets annoying after a while, but um, let's see what it does. So looking for tools, looked for available tools. Okay. You going to give me a tool? What's going on? Okay, calling a tool. Okay, so save current car build now. Yes. So now I don't know if it's gonna output what my latest car build is, but I could also say get my latest car build. Okay, this is something. I think this might be the SQLite something on my local, but so if I okay, so it's not able to do it right now. But anyways, that's the idea of it. And so like I had, if I come to Nano Banana, where is it? There's no like ever like direct link to Nano Banana. Okay. Is it under work? No, it's under my personal one, I think. Uh, yeah, so like the idea was like I'm gonna use Nano Banana to build like car parts, and then like those like this will be like I don't know. I guess this is a chrome wheel. These are off road, I'm assuming, but basically it's literally gonna be like you'd have like a wheel component in React, and there'd be variants, and the variants would be the types of wheels. So I'd say like variant off road, and it would render the wheel on the right. I'd probably make sure all the car parts, like all the wheels, are the same size. So like when I position them, it's always fine the way I position them. Um, but that's kind of the idea, you know. And like there's other parts like that's think that's called a tail. This I forget what this thing that looks like a vacuum cleaner is. That's like a exhaust pipe, I believe. But anyways, you kind of get the idea. So like adding some decals and stuff. So like basically I could probably add a section saying like putting 3 Xbox in the back of your car like they did on Pimp My Ride. But that's kind of the idea. So yeah, that's kind of where I want to get to. But the MCP Jam actually seems to be giving a better experience for doing all this. So like if I continue here, update driver profile, yeah, I can switch it and stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is MCP Jam looks pretty interesting. I remember hearing about it a few months ago, but they've added like rendering UI now. So like if you're building a ChatGPT app. So, anyways, definitely check this out too. There's all kinds of. So I haven't even looked at all this stuff in here, but it looks like a pretty polished app. It's an Electron app for your desktop. I think the only reason why it's an Electron app, I'm just guessing here, but because they still support standard I/O, it needs to talk to your actual machine, like local files. Whereas, like if you're doing the HTTP or servers, do they still support? Oh yeah, okay, they're smart. They didn't even add support for SSEs because it's deprecated. Um, but yeah, I think the main reason why it's an Electron app is because of standard I/O. But there could be other reasons, but I think that's the main one. So, anyways, I know we didn't get super far. It was more like explaining stuff and then just trying to get the demo app working properly. But that's kind of like what I'm working on for the next little while. And with that said, though, there's actually a lot of ChatGPT app stuff going on this week. So if you head to nickit.live, why is my site loading so slow? Netlify, get the blow the dust out of the hard drive or whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna be hanging out with my buddy Ruben tomorrow. So if you want to check that out, I'll just drop a link to the schedule here. So there's that, and then Wednesday, my friend Amanda, who's over at Apollo, app Apollo. Wait, Luma, where is it? I don't actually. Let me just check on X. Yeah, the thing is, my site's generally pretty fast. It's Netlify is serving it slow for some reason. I have some SSR in there, but um, it's not the only SSR I use is for that main page. Actually, if we go back, it could be just caching it on the initial because like Here you can see it says Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. That's because I'm in Eastern time zone. But if somebody who's like West Coast loads this page, it'll load it with West Coast time, but it does cache it based on that. But if we go to talks, yeah, so the talks are pretty quick. Channels, past streams. Okay, yeah. I think it was just SSR rendering the time. That is why it hung. Also, tomorrow, I have two MCP things going on. There's the Chrome Dev Tools. I'm going to be hanging with my buddy Killian, who works on Polypane. If you haven't seen Polypane, it's a really great um, developer browser, so you can build out your app and see it in all the different views. I have it open over here. It's not loading right now because this was my local host, but I could go to like, I don't know, let's go to nikkit.live, and it's going to load it in all the different views here. And as you change it, so you can just, it's a good way to help build out your website. You know, you want to make sure it looks great on all screens. But there's a lot more goodies in there. I'm like oversimplifying it. This is like one feature of it, but yeah. So I'm gonna be hanging out with him as well tomorrow. That's just like doubleheader wasn't intentional, but it's getting close to the holidays, and I'm like, whatever, let's do two streams. And the other thing I wanted to mention is on Wednesday is not my thing, but where is it? Let's find Amanda. The Apollo GraphQL team is doing one on building apps too. So I'm going to share that tweet here. I already retweeted it, but so if you want to check that out, that's happening Wednesday. And then there's another one. So if we go to this is on Thursday, so it's like ChatGPT apps all week if you want to get some ChatGPT goodness and lock in Henri is saying there. So the next one is the context. So I don't know if anybody's been to any of these, but so there's the MCP Dev Summit. I went to the inaugural one in San Francisco in late May. And then I was at the one in London. I gave a talk there. But they also, aside from the conferences, they have like a weekly live stream. And so this one is, yeah, Week GPT. And so they're going to be talking about ChatGPT apps as well on Thursday. So you can, you know, there was today, you're going to have a stream on ChatGPT apps tomorrow with me and Ruben. Then you can hang out with Amanda and their crew for Apollo. They're doing one. And then, get close to the end of the week and check out the context one. It's over here. Yeah, it's just on YouTube. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, the easiest way to build MCP apps, Skybridge, and ChatGPT apps. Yeah, so there you go. Cool. All right. I got to hop off, but thanks everybody for hanging today, and we will see you in the next one.